Hi. So I've been talking quite a bit about the inner work of sorting out and allowing all our patterns and inner child wound and the emotions that we keep trapped in us, talking about why it's important to do it and why I do it. A couple of days ago, I was hiking on a trail, and the idea came to me kind of in a different way, just a different way of seeing it. It's subtle and it's not for me. It was like, yeah, that's why I do the work. That's why we do the work. So I just recorded it, like not as a video, but just as a voice recording. And I'm going to give you some scenery of the hike that I did shoot as a video without me on it, just the scenery. And I'm going to play what I recorded that wasn't meant to share that way. But I listened back to it and I thought, why try to recreate something that just came out that way? So that's what I'm going to do coming up. Another reason doing the inner work and identifying, the fears, the wounds, the patterns, it's because when we don't, we continue to self-sabotage the dreams that we have and the vision that exists within us. We just don't get there because it's full of obstacles. We can have had tragedy, we can have lost everything, had bad experiences, or it's childhood wounds, but all these feelings and patterns and or traumas that are in our bodies, if we don't go to them so that they can be released, if we don't maybe not go to them, because maybe we shouldn't seek, but should be in a space where we allow them to come up and are willing to let them rise in us and show themselves, then we go throughout our lives not doing what we know we are meant to be, what we dream of doing, what our higher self wants us to do, and this thing that's in us that keeps calling us for something more. That's when you keep going back to a job that is mediocre, or a job that pays the bill but doesn't fuel your soul and is not getting you closer to the realization of the seed of you, who you are to become. And that's a reason, if not for a relationship, if not to heal with other people around us, or parents, or anything like that, it's to allow us the fulfillment, the joy of the fulfillment of allowing life to pulse through us to make us who we are and guide us. Anything that we repress, that we don't address, that we turn our eye from, those are the obstacles. So if your life has not been what you wanted it to be, as it's been in my case, the way to get closer and maybe even to get there is to do the work of removing those obstacles. And that takes the desire and the courage and the strength to let these things come up and acknowledge them as being important, having to be seen and heard, because somewhere they're tucked in your body, they're hiding in different places, they're creating disease, or they're just preventing you from, how it is, we have desires to do good things for ourselves. We have desire for a business that would fulfill us. We have a desire to speak differently, to dare more in life. All these things that the desire we have in us, the callings that we have to do these things, well, the callings are from our soul. And the only reason we're not following them is because we're allowing all this junk in us to stand in the way. And it's our job. It's the work, as Byron Katie calls it. The work of removing that stuff so that we can access just this longing. We all have this longing all our lives because most of us feel like I'm supposed to be something else. There is something pulling me, something calling me, but I'm not getting there. That thing that we would feel so much at peace if we were being, if the seed in our mind was with our soul was to be a duck, then we'd be a duck. And being a duck would be the best thing ever. So that's why it's important to do the inner work. It's to be who we're supposed to be in the world. If you want to be selfless, it's to be able to give to the world, contribute who you are really supposed to be. And personally, it's to have the joy of finally becoming who you know you are to be. So that's it. Above anything else, doing the work is selfish, is self-full. It's to allow us to be full of who we truly are. It's to finally live as who we are and to stop putting these obstacles and self-sabotaging ourselves. And this is why I'm doing the work, because I want to know who I truly am, and I want to live the life that is my highest destiny, my highest potential, and what is going to make me feel joyful and fulfilled, and leave the drudgery and all those resistances behind and all these heavy feelings that too often are what we spend our days feeling. I know that with everything that's been going on with me for a few months, there's been so many heavy feelings. I'm still dealing with this. I'm having a hard time with the separation from my husband. And it's like, got to do the work of identifying and allowing to release the blocks, because I want to live my best life. I want to live as me, and I don't even fully know what it is yet. But the only way to get there is if I allow all that is not me to dissolve and to fall off. And that's why I do the work. See you soon. I'm not sure on Sunday if my video to reveal my new thinking and the direction, what's going to change my life. Not sure it's going to be ready for Sunday. I'm hoping it will. And if not, it'll be something else. And it will come when it's ready to come out of me. Bye.